And hello there, my people. How's everybody doing today? Sorry for the funky setup here, but my computer is currently covered with planes. So I am doing this from my tablet and hoping that this will work out because I don't plan on being on the on the camera for long, but I am going to be here for a little bit. So just saying, what's up to my people? Hope everybody's doing good. Um, it is raining here, so I figured why not make this live stream happen on a day when I can't fly. So Wednesday, I didn't bother to do it just because there was too many other things going on. I'm like, what the hell? Going to be busy on Saturday with putting stuff together, so may as well do it this way. So anyway, what's up to everybody? I know it's kind of an odd day. I know there's probably people that are still flying, doing other stuff, but I decided to try and connect with my peoples anyway. You can't see it, but the plane that I'm going to be talking about is directly in front of my head right now. But wanted to connect with y'all and see what's going on, and hopefully that people will be able to see this plane and see what I like and dislike. At this point, I don't see any dislikes, but we'll see. Anyway, what's up to everybody that's here? Let me check and see who's in the chat. Let me know if there's any weirdness with the sound too, because I'm running from my tablet and it might be a little bit laggy, but if not, great, we'll keep going. But there's Shadow Ops. What's up with you? I'm going to do some shout outs here. I don't know if I can get my banners to show up. I'm doing some shout outs. So Mr. Shadow Ops, what is up? Here we can. Okay. So I see Mr. Shadow Ops was one of the first people here. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing okay. It says you had RSV. Sorry to hear that. Mr. Victor RC Jets, what's up with you? I see you. Mr. Pete Lane, I see you. Mr. Angelo Lopez. It was mainly me yammering. I see EQ RC. I think I saw Victor already. I see Mr. EQ. I think I said EQ. I don't remember. But EQ JCB 67, what's up with you? Angelo, I see you. Lionel Randall, what's up? CTRC Flying 2001, I see you now too. Thanks for being here. Lori Belhumir, if I said your name wrong, I'm sorry, but howdy, I see you. Lionel Randall, what's up? Rob's RC, what's up with you? How are you doing? Gotta switch my phone so I can see better. I think that's it for now. But CTRC Flying and Lori Belhumor, thanks for you guys for being here. Keep chatting, and I'll end up giving you guys a wrench. But so that's a light crowd so far, and that's fine. But I did want to get on here for a little bit and show you all this cool plane. And I've got a lot of planes that need to go through. So the next live stream, I plan on doing the Arrows Bigfoot. So and then after that, I'm going to do another plane. I'm trying to go along, get back to the simple series. That's what I'm calling them. Because I've been doing all this complex stuff, getting more and more away from stuff that I had originally started with, but I want to make it so that I'm not just catering to one style of flying, which is just jets. I just don't just want to fly jets. I want to I don't just want to cater to one type. I want to reach out and talk to everybody that flies in all different areas. Uh, Park flyers, people that fly at airports, I mean not airports, people that fly at actual airfields, people that fly in sport flying, um, prop planes, EDFs. I don't do much turbine because it's just too much for me. Too much meaning too much work and too much dirtiness because it will get dirty at work with diesel. So last thing I want to do is smell like diesel at home. But anyway, um, I could fly anything, and I have flown turbines. I have no problem flying turbines. I just don't want to deal with the work. But anyway, I want to cater to everybody instead of just sticking to one group of people. So um, I'm going to head back to kind of my origins of RC electric flight, which was more park flying and more along the lines of stuff that pretty much anybody could get into. So that's what these next few airplanes that I'm actually going to be showing will be along those lines. So um, that is what I'm talking about. So I'm handing out wrenches now too. So Laura, you've got one. CTRC, you've got one too. So let me know if you guys hear that. I have music playing in the background and it's sounding kind of funky on my headphones. So just let me know if it's sounding weird at all. If not, then let's keep it going. But Paul McNeil, what's up? I see you. Jet fuel actually smells different, a little bit different than diesel, but I think most of the planes use diesel nowadays. I just don't like that it gets on everything. Even when it's clean, it still smells. Don't want to deal with it. Just don't want to deal with it. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, so anything new and exciting with you guys? I got the shout outs out the way. Let's get that off. But anything new and exciting with y'all? And since we're here, be sure to take a look at the description. I've got my website there. I've got all these different things in relation to my burners and merchandise and how to become a member of the channel to support the channel, etc. So if you guys are interested in taking a look at any of that, because some of these people on the chat here are actual members, and I appreciate every one of you for being a member. But take a look if you want to. If you want to see how to support, it shows my PayPal address. If you want to, not required, but if you'd like to, it's great. Much appreciated. But take a look out there and let me know if you have any questions. But, so Mr. Litz RC, I see you're here too. Thanks for being here. So anyway, let's do some of the usual, and then we're going to get to what this whole show is supposed to be about, which is this cool little plane that's sitting right in front of me. Pretty impressed with it so far, but we're going to wait until the actual portion of the show where I start talking about it. So go ahead. If you got any questions for anything, let me know. Questions about anything, let me know. And I'll see if I can answer it. So this is EQ says, this jet you got, Gooniac, is a James Bond jet. It was in a movie and it was painted the same. Oh, yeah, you're right. It was. I remember that movie. Can't remember exactly which one, but I know it was in the movie. Mr. Alan Gentry, what's up with you? So thanks for being here. So we're getting a few more people in here, but this is the section where I have any questions. If you guys have questions besides what's up my nose, since that's what you're seeing right now with the camera, let me know if you got questions. Throw them out there, and then we will switch over to the other camera, and I will get looking at this plane. I literally just put it together just before the show started. It was super easy, but seen some good videos on it. So so let's talk about some of the, while I'm waiting for questions, if there are any questions. That's actually a section I should put in. Let me see if I've got that. Yeah, let's do that. So that's what I want to talk about. What's new in RC since the last time we talked? So I have seen quite a few things come out. One of the newest is the little F-86 from from Eflite or from Horizon Hobby. That just came out. It's UMX, and these hands tend to tear up UMX planes. So I don't plan on getting anything UMX unless that UMX is made from EPO. EPS foam, no worky for me. Must be EPO. Um, there's another plane that came out that seemed pretty cool from XY. The looks like an A319. They didn't actually get to use that name, but there is a little airliner A319 with 40 millimeter EDF units, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'm gonna have a hard time posting links today just because of me being on a tablet instead of the computer. But there's that. Hobby King is now carrying more X-Fly planes as well. So they had the new little Twin 40 F-22. Also, and since the 8 Horizon Hobby plane came out, which is going to be, I think, a 6-blade, 30 millimeter 6-blade, X-Fly actually has a new 30 millimeter fan coming out, which is 11 or 12 blades, I think. So that might be something worth looking at. Gary Gasser, what's up? I see you. Let's see what he's saying. That's actually kind of funny. Someone told me that if you can take $20,000, put it in the briefcase, throw it out the window, and you. So the whole thing about turbines for me, it's not the money because I can afford one. It's just the fact that I don't want to deal with the smell and all the extra setup involved, because sometimes it takes 20, 30 minutes alone just to set up the plane. I don't want to do that, and I don't want to have to worry about flame outs. Don't want to have to worry about all the extra things. I do that stuff for a living. Don't necessarily want to do that for fun. It wouldn't be considered fun for me. It would be more like work. But anyway, turbines are cool. If somebody wants to sponsor me flying their turbine for them, I'm all for it. I just want to have a picture to put it together and take it apart. I have no desire to deal with all that. So, but yeah, and turbines come in all shapes and sizes. You can get them either super small or super large, however you want to do it. I just don't care for it. I prefer the little bit of an extra effort that's required to get EDFs to fly well. But whatever floats your boat. So anyway, what else is new in RC? They've got new helicopters that came out. That little helicopter from Horizon Hobby. I think it's mostly foam. We've got a few things, but I think that pretty much everything coming out has been good. I think there wasn't another timber too, was there? I don't remember. But so yeah, it's actually kind of a cool time to be in RC right now. Some of the prices are going up. Oh, so that's another thing. The Eflite Viper and some other Eflite planes have gone down. They're in price. I think they're clearing them out. So one of the best planes that's made right now is the Eflite 90 millimeter Viper. Those are on sale for $100 off, which is a good deal. And then the D18, the Beechcraft D18, that's on sale as well. So there are quite a few things out there that have been going on. Hobby King's doing some sales. They've got some cool planes out. I'm actually planning on getting the Galloping Ghost from Horizon. Not from Horizon, from Hobby King, because that's going back to the Simplicity series that I've been talking about. Garfield Houston, what's up? The man, what you doing? I watched your video on this cool little FlyFans L-39. Glad to see you got one of these. But I have mine, and I'm gonna, once the weather clears, it's going up because I don't know if I'm gonna put the radio in today, but I have an AS3X controller that I was gonna not controller, AS3X receiver that I was gonna put in here, and I don't have it with me. But I did get all the wiring set up. The plane is super easy to put together. So it's not that big of a deal. No glue involved, just screws. Screws were probably the hardest part with the screws, but we dealt with it. So let's see what else. Craig Bevan, what's up with you? Thanks for being here. So, looks like more people are coming in. That's cool. Thanks for being here, guys. Don't forget to hit the likes. I'm going to start actively making the channel grow again because I've got some more stuff that I need to do. My son's helping me with things for the channel. So it's going to start, hopefully, start growing again. That's the plan anyway. But I need to get some better content. I have some new camera setups that I'm going to be trying just to make the videos less just hat cam, make it more actual cool stuff to watch. I have like 3 different cameras for 3 different angles that we're going to try to get going. So let's see what Craig Bevan said here. I have mentioned many about my fans. No issue other than the mess. Yeah, you know, and that's funny. I actually was flying one of my EDFs one day and saw it hit a bug. It must have been a real big one because it just splatted, and you can actually see the splat when it hit it. I've actually had huge bugs go through the EDF unit. I think I had a praying mantis go through. So yeah, I had a praying mantis go through. So Alan Gentry's got a question, but yeah, as long as it's not a bug with the hard shell, it's not going to hurt. Alan Gentry, yes, Hondas were my passion for the longest, until I realized how easy they were to steal. So then I switched to Mazda. But I love Hondas, especially the 90s Hondas. Those are my favorites. I've had quite a few. But you got questions about them, go ahead and ask them. But let's see what else. So that's what's new in RC. If anybody else has anything else they wanted to talk about RC, I'm going to switch up to the other segment, but go ahead and still bring it up if y'all want to, but get back to questions. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask. So Lionel Randall, I don't know about cicadas. We haven't had to deal with any of those. I've had a beetle fly through. It threw the fan out of balance, and its shell got stuck in the rear of the in the thrust tube. So I knew it was a beetle, and it did throw off my balance because it nicked the blade pretty bad. Let me see what else is being said here. Trying to catch up. Oh, that's interesting. So that's a good question. It's funky, but let's see what he says. So he's got an Accord, or if you can put a 2001 stock radio and change it like I have. So the only issue that I know of with those Hondas is that they have security radios. And if you don't have the code for the radio that you're putting in, might be an issue. But if it's the same size and should slide right in, I think that you'd be okay. You just have to make sure to get the proper code so that it'll work, because they've got security radios. I've done that too. I put factory, like I had a 91 Civic, and I put a much newer Acura Integra head unit in there, and it worked. But I had to get the security code to make it work. So let's see. So let's see, anyone else here? So check this out, guys. Garfield Houston, he has been a lot of the inspiration I've had for trying to go upsells on fan units that I've had. So he's got a MiG-29 that he's going to be doing 7 and 8S on pretty soon. Another person that I know of that's been doing 8S is Mr. Slapnuts. I don't know if he's here, but Spencer Keith. He found the Cyclone 8S fans that he's been running a lot of different planes on the 80 millimeter planes on 8S, and they seem to be doing really well, especially since you can get 8S packs that are just an actual 8S pack and instead of having to split it into two. But yeah, so glad to see you, Garfield. I will be trying some new setups here soon. I have an 8S setup going in my big Eflite 90 Viper jet. So there will be a few more things set up here. But so yeah, okay, so cool, you've got it. As far as I know, this should work as long as it's got the same connection in the back. It'll work. Should be no issue. So let's see what Mr. Angelo's saying here. He's got something. He's saying. So, do you have fiery booties for the 64 F-14? Yes, I do. Working on that at the moment, and I have them in my plane. They're because the new units are 29 millimeter, which is the same as most of the 70 end runners. So, yep, I can do it. So Lionel, that's good that you asked that. Once it comes up, once I put the plane together, I'll show you what I ended up having to do with mine because there's something flopping around in there. But let's get to that pretty soon because I don't want to keep everybody waiting. But let's get a couple more questions and then we're gonna go. But when I say go, I mean actually go to looking at the plane. So Shadow, Jay, you're right. Shadow, I walked up on a guy I had two cars that were stolen. So one car that was stolen. One was a 1990 Acura Legend. I had special wheels. They were cheap, but they were special. The car got stolen just for the wheels. They didn't even have to really break anything to get into it. It was so easy to get into. They just took the wheels and left the car on its brakes. Didn't really damage anything. I just had to get new wheels, but it was irritating. So then the next one, I ended up getting an Acura Integra. Little did I know the Acura Integra was just as easy to get into. So even though it was 10 years newer. But so I walked up on a guy when I was going to work. I walked up on a guy trying to break into he was in my car getting ready to try and take off with it. So after that, I got an alarm, and then not too long after that, I ended up getting Mosses, and nobody's touched them. So hopefully that's the main thing that's going to happen. But let's see. So Pete Lane's got something. Yeah, I've had planes with kill switches, but I just hate the fact that people try to even break into them. Because if there's a kill switch and they can't find them, then they just trash the car. So it's not even worth it. But Honda got away from what it was that made them a lot of fun. So I stopped even dealing with them for a little bit. I even would like to go back to some of the old school Hondas. But I enjoy driving. I enjoy cars. So I'm not going to go around and get something doo-doo just to get from point A to point B. If that's the case, I'd buy a Tesla because it's just an automated transportation device. And I don't want no automated transportation device. I like actual planes. So let's see. EQ doesn't matter where you live. Cars get stolen everywhere. When you have cars that people want, that's when cars get stolen. And I had cars that people wanted. So it's my own thing. That's why I don't get cars that people want now. Cars that I like to drive, but not cars that people want to steal. So I've only had one actually stolen, and the other one they tried to steal and it didn't get to it. So it's all good. It's almost like saying everybody that lives in the South or the East Coast likes to drink moonshine. I say that. So anyway, Accords are awesome cars. We've had two of them. Honda Civics are great cars. We'll have two of them. I've had how many of them? Let's see. I've had 7 Civics total in my lifetime. But yep. So anyway, let's transition here. We'll get to. I'm gonna go set up my camera. My plane's right here. It's literally right above my head. But I have to get the other camera set up so that we can see it. And I'm going to switch headphones. Switch my headphones over to the other unit so you can see that way. So it might take a little bit. I will be right back. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear me. I hear myself on the tablet. Anyway, check on the chat here, see what's going on. Anyway, checking up on the chat, guys. I have my other headset on, so hopefully you guys can hear me. If you can, let me know. I got to check up on the chat. So give me a shout and let me know if you guys can hear me. Yeah, it's small. It's going to get big, don't worry. Just making sure sound is good first. Okay, so let me switch that over. There we go. Okay, so this is making sure I'm working from a tablet, so things look a little different than they did before. But so this is the bird. It is the FlyFans L-39. It looks the same color scheme as the Free Wing 80 millimeter, but this is a 64 millimeter. And from what I can tell, it actually looks pretty dang good. Actually comes with lights, as you can see there. I haven't fired this thing up yet, but I did literally put it together just before the show started. It's just 2 screws back here, plug in the connection. This is already set up. That's the vertical and all that's already there. So all these are there, plugged in, ready to go. The wing comes as one piece, which is really cool. The spar is already embedded in there. All I had to do was add these little things to it. Main thing I wanted to get to here was the inside, because it was actually pretty well set up from the start. So it is a little bit of a mess right now, but that's just because like I said, I literally just put it together right before the show started. But we're going to finish that up. I don't think I'll do it here on the show because I don't want to bore everybody. But I did want to go over some of the cool things that I noticed about the plane. So first thing, this plane is a 64 millimeter. It actually comes with a pretty decent UBEC. So for considering how small it is, that's really good that it has a UVEC. But it's a 5 to 30 volt, which is good. I think that's up to 8S. Anyway, that's a really good feature. So you don't have to worry about just relying on the ESC, because those do tend to get warm, especially on 6S. But they have all these things already connected for you. All had 2 little things to connect. So let's see here. So I have 2 that I still have to figure out what they are. I think one's probably a ESC, and one is probably just the rudder or something. But has the 3-way connection here for the retracts. There is EC. No, that's not EC. This is an XT60. That's going to change. I'm not going to keep that. But it is good to have. It's a good connector that comes on the plane stock. So let's see, there's other connections in there. So there's stuff that comes through the wing, and then there's stuff that's already connected. So this is the rudder here. So there's the connection for the rudder itself, and then it's wide for the nose gear. But they make it fairly simple. So the one thing that I did have to do, let's flip the plane over. The plane is really light too. So now I see why this thing's been ripping fast, because it's got a pretty decent fan unit in there. It's an outrunner, but it's a good outrunner. But take a look here. The underside, everything's in good shape. There was no damage to the model at all, and I got this from Banana Hobby, so they did a good job shipping it. But that's how it comes. Get that around so you don't see that. But there's all the surfaces. All these things are connected from the factory. So all I have to do is put the wing on. And then, now what I really like about this style model is that they put the little divots there. So if you have to use a screwdriver on the servos, you don't have to destroy the foam to get to it. It's already there. So that's one of the big pluses. They look like fairly decent servos. I think that I don't know if they're digital or metal gear. Oh, it says digital. So they are digital. It says FlyFans on there. They've got decent wheels. These are pretty hard wheels, but they are fairly decent. Look like they could be easily replaced with some low bounce. The nose gear is high quality. It looks like FMS quality stuff. A couple of the other FlyFans planes that I had fans that actually said FMS on them. So not sure if that's what this one is, but all the gear looks really good. So this is one thing that I did have to do, and you may not be able to see it, but this is the cheater hole. And down there in the bottom is where the ESC is, and the wiring. That little wood piece that's in there, I don't know if you can even see down in there. There's a little wood piece that's down in there that had fallen out. It did have glue, but the glue came loose. So I was able to, get down in there by pulling this off. With the wing off, there's a hole here for the cheater, and then there's a hole here for getting stuff into the fuse for you to use. So I was able to put some CA in there and put it down. But other than that, that's the only gluing I had to do, and technically I shouldn't have even had to do that because it should have been in there. But just looking over the whole plane, it's actually in really good shape. And it's, considering that it's 64 millimeters, sorry, I keep bumping the camera, it's considerably good quality. Really good. You can see the foam a little bit, but for the most part, it's super light too. I mean, it's incredibly light. But it is going to be a little hot rod. Let's see if I can get a shot down the tailpipe. Sorry for bumping the camera, but it's a good fan. This is the fan unit that I had that came standard in my MiG-25. And they're good units. I actually ended up putting both of those units in the Arrows F-15 that I ended up selling. They actually worked out pretty good. No issues. Very quiet. Lots of power, lots of thrust. But I think that one of the best features to this plane and to these planes that I've been getting the most lately is the fact that it's affordable. So this is a 64 millimeter. It is going to run on a 6S, but it's going to be a small and affordable 6S. I'm going to run it on a 4000 or 3300. I got a whole bunch of those 3300s with the that HRB sale that I participated in. Drinking some water, sorry. But so it's gonna. I mean, the battery bay is pretty good size. And the from what I've seen, the CG is pretty wide CG, so it's like from here all the way up to the front. But from what I've seen, people have used anywhere from like a 2800 up to a 4000 with no issues. And like I said, I have a whole bunch of 3300s and 4000 that I intend on trying to use in this thing. So next time out flying, this thing's going to be together. Like I said, I'm going to be using the AS3X, the AR637TA receivers that I've reprogrammed. And it's going to, as light as this plane is, I don't think I'd have an issue hand launching it. I could hand launch this plane fairly easily, especially with all the power that it's got. But I'm going to fly it from a runway. I'm not going to fly it from Baylands. I'll save that for the smaller birds. I'm actually considering possibly changing this to one of the in-runners, because I do have a couple in-runners that I can use. Might have to change the ESC to do that, but I do have a couple fans that could be used for that. So let me take a look at the manual here so you guys can see. So yeah, so it says 2000 to 3300 for 6S, but I have seen no problem with using a 4000 if you use a smaller C. 40 amp ESC in there, so if I was going to change it to the other, I'd need to go up to a 60 amp or smaller 100, whatever. But it was super easy to install. Didn't hardly have anything to do. It was really just 6 screws using a 2mm hex, and that was it. A lot of the stuff that they have in here has already been done. So when you get the plane, all you do is put the wing on, put the tail on. That's it. But as I said, the CG, it's a pretty wide range for the CG, which is good. I'll try to be somewhere near the middle or towards the front, which should work out just fine. I think that's pretty much it. But it's super, for what it is. I mean, this thing is really well put together. The price makes it even better. I missed the $199 deal, but when I bought it, it was still affordable. It was at $229. But now you can get these from Hobby King. Banana Hobby has them as well. So definitely something worth looking into, even if you like bigger planes. This plane's got all the features that you'd need. Basic 6-channel operation. I'm going to use AS3X with mine. But it's going to be great. I don't. And from like RC Plane Reviewer, he did a video. Plane is well over 120 miles an hour. So for a 64 millimeter, it's that affordable. That's just a freaking killer deal. So yeah, that's that. So I mean, this is ready to go. Just have to get a couple things dialed in on the receiver, and that'll be it. Super easy. So if you guys are looking for something affordable, something that's small, something that'll fit in your trunk fully intact without having to pull off the wings, take a look at this plane. Banana Hobby, and no, I don't think Banana Hobby's the only one with it right now. I think Turbines IC might have it as well. But for local retailers, it's going to be banana hobby to get this plane. Totally worth it. Take a look, and yeah, it's definitely worth a look. So that is it for that. I'm going to transition back to the tablet, and I will be back. So let me know if you guys can hear me. I've got the headphones back on. Not sure if y'all can still hear. I've got to catch up on the chat too. All right, let me know if you guys can hear me, and then I'll catch up on the chat. I had to switch headphones, so I don't know if it's actually putting the sound where it should be. Let me know. Okay, Mr. Right, so what's happening? So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit. It wasn't a whole lot. I have planes in front of my computer, so I have to use what I got. And what I got right now is my tablet. So it's a little bit of an older tablet too. So may not be working. It might actually work better than my computer. I don't know. Have to see. But let me go back on the chat and see what you guys are talking about. Jeff in Laura, Alabama, what's up? So I'm going to check and see if y'all are seeing anything in the chat. Jono, I see you. I haven't seen you here in a while, so what's happening? Let's see. So I'm going to, it's going to take a little bit for me to catch up on this. Oh, so Mr. Paul McNeil said he flew RC planes with Wild Bill, which is cool. Glad to see that. We all need to get together and fly. I haven't been able to fly enough. I just looked outside. It's pouring rain again. Okay, glad to hear everybody could hear. Trying to slide up. Didn't mean to do that. Keep hitting the wrong comments. Like I said, sorry, this thing is slow. Yeah, that's right. Right, is Fred. Usually Fred's here, so I can talk. So, Alan Gentry, I think that they have a B-36. They still have a B-36 at the Castle Air Museum, if I remember right. I saw a whole bunch of cool planes at that museum. And I can only imagine what that plane must have sounded like because those three blade props are incredibly loud. I remember those Super Hercules back in the days that had three blade props, and they were stupid loud. So, but I can't imagine six engines with three blade props, and then four jet engines. That thing just must have been massive and crazy loud. Um, so let's see. Um, so what else? Oh, there you go. That's it. EQ. The world is not enough. You stole their L-39. Took off with it. It was a cool movie. What else? Sorry if I keep hitting. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm trying to scroll, and it's actually acting like I'm hitting them people. So Paul McNeil, that was a good drive. Let's see. Still catching up on comments, guys. So sorry if it's going slow. So, but Michael Wrightsa was saying that there's stuff going on. I didn't mean to hit that. Anthony Lachey, what is up with you? Thanks for being here. It's an odd day, I know, so I apologize for throwing people off. But thanks to all of you that did show up, and I'd appreciate it if y'all would hit the, as Mr. Jeff in Lower Alabama would say, spike the like, just to help with the algorithm. And sorry for me hitting all these buttons, guys. It's for some reason it's not registering that I'm scrolling. It's showing that I'm touching. Anyway. I got some scrollage. Maybe. Okay, so anyway, I think that's it. But thanks to all of you that were here and decided to chat and were involved with all this. Michael writes, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you on here in a while. I think Kenny goes on tonight too. I was trying to get this done before he goes on. He goes on all the time. I wanted to make sure to be clear of the people who are normally doing their shows. This is something I forgot to show you guys too, that the plane comes with. It comes with Velcro, which is great. Big strip of it. But anyway, so Anthony Lachey, he stayed up till 6 a.m. getting his F-16 ready for the Beham Jam next week. Oh, sweet. Good to hear that. And hopefully you're able to get that hot rod setup in there and make that thing go like a bat out of hell. I'm glad to hear you got it going. I'm glad that my burner worked. Let's see. One of the biggest improvements you can make to the free wing F-15 is to take those stock nozzles off and put on the nozzles from the from the free wing 90mm F-18. That made a huge difference. Just on 6S, the plane flies like it did on 8S. So when I'm able to put it on 7S, it's just going to be a freaking rocket ship. But when you get a chance, definitely do that. I'm going to have to do some measurements because I think that some of the new planes that came out from Free Wing actually have, I think even the F-14 has nozzles that are the right size. But there are some good stuff. Okay, so let's see what Michael Wrights has said. Does anybody know if we're getting Kenny live or Memorex Kenny tonight? I thought Kenny was like Memorex every night, the way he responds to the comments on his in the chat. But like I said, I didn't want to stomp on his show, so I'll make sure to be done before he would be getting on, and I still wanted to get some things done today too. So, but main thing was getting this little bird that you can't see now. Actually, you can see it right there. Getting this thing done. Super easy. I'm amazed with how easy it was, and I'm really looking forward to flying it because it was super simple and it's really light. Even with the batteries in there, it's going to be good. Mr. Noons RC, what's up? Thank you for being here. We're getting ready to end the show, though. We've been on already. If you want to go back and look at the little L-39 that I put together and showed off, I forgot to show the pilot. So there is a pilot in the canopy, and it actually looks kind of modern, so it's kind of cool. They did a good job on it. Almost looks like a stormtrooper, but they did a good job on this plane. As far as I know, FlyFans is heavily influenced by FMS, which is good. I don't like FMS, but good looking plane. So wait, Michael writes, so that's funny. So he said he unboxed a new plane after having it for 7 years. It was like opening Al Capone's vault. That's pretty funny. That's actually really funny. But yeah, Mr. Andy Cho, what is up with you? Thanks for being on here. Just sent something to Australia to a customer. Crazy thing is, it came back to me, and I had to. I don't know why it came back, but I went back to the post office and was able to get it handled and shipped back off again. And yes, Noons, I actually plan on trying that one out myself too, because it looks like it's a lot of fun. And like I said, I'm getting back to the simple series just because I like to be able to plug up and fly, and that's what these little birds are going to be about. So that's what I plan on doing. That's funny. Lori was cracking up. You guys have me laughing so hard picking on Kenny. That's funny. Poor Kenny. Kenny gets a bad rap, but he's a good dude. But yes, as I was saying, Noons, I do plan on getting one of these because it's simple. And I could throw a whole bunch of those planes in the back of my car or my trunk with no issue. Not have to worry about setting them up, just pull them out, do the simple checks, throw the battery in, check them, and fly them. So you're very right. It looks really cool. I plan on getting a couple more X-Fly planes, which would be actually one more X-Fly plane. The Alpha Jet is on my list. I've had Alpha Jets in the past that weren't very good, and after flying my buddy Mikey's Alpha Jet, I want one for myself. I might change the fan, but I do want one. I could probably put 7S on it and make it a screener. So I was just going to ask you, Andy, about the baby, but I saw that you put up something saying 37 weeks. So you could be, anytime it gets to 38 weeks, it could be at any time. But hopefully it comes when it's supposed to. Baby's healthy. Doesn't keep you guys up too late, too long. So congrats on the baby, and hopefully you guys will be welcoming that little one in very soon. But anyway, guys, that is it for me. But I do appreciate all y'all being here. If you showed up a little late, you can always just go back a little bit and take a look at the plane, or you can always just check it out on replay. But I'm just trying to keep my stuff simple and to the point. Not going to do many complex birds for a while, just to make it so that they're, pretty much sticking with everybody, so that you're not leaving people behind doing other things. So wait, so Kenny got an NX-10? I thought Kenny was an FR Sky guy. That NX-10 is going to drive him crazy. It's a great radio. I use the NX-10, but most people that use either Radio Master or FR Sky, they don't want to deal with this Spectrum crap. I do when it is time for me to try to change my protocol to a different type of radio. It's either Radio Master or FR Sky. I just have to learn the whole thing. But anyway, Angelo Kenny is Hangar 51 on here. He's been doing live streams probably just as long as Pilot Ryan has, but he is known for doing his 8-hour-long live streams where he just sits there asleep, and everybody gets to watch him snore and snort and whatever, or just watch a screen and see what other things happen in the background. Cool guy. He does some how-to videos too that are pretty funny. He flies with people in Florida out there. It's pretty funny to see. But Anthony Lachey, I don't plan on doing that just yet, but I will. I just have to get used to the way their logic works, and I'll get to it. After seeing my buddy who flies turbines now have really good luck with it, there's no need to buy a jetty or buy anything else like that. Jetties, they work the same. The FR Sky is cheaper and reliable with their redundant dual band technology and all that other crap, so they're good. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'm going to shut it down here, but I will leave the chat up for a few minutes, and then we will shut her down. But thank you to everybody for being here. And if everything goes well, I'll be back on Wednesday with the video of the Bigfoot. So, all right, y'all. Adios. Thanks for being here, and see you next time.